So hopefully by now you've got a stand for your iPhone. You'll be filming everything either from the side or the front, nothing from an angle. So first we're getting into the wrists and we're going to work our way through shoulders, then hips, then ankles. So this is called a heel raise. So I'm trying to see how flexible you are in your fingers and your palm. So keeping all of your knuckles pressing into the floor, you're going to lift your wrists up over your knuckles as far as you can. Here I'm really trying to push my wrist over the top so I can get a big stretch through the fingers and through the hand. Next, film the exact same angle that I'm showing you here. You're going to have your palms facing up and then the elbows super straight, and you're going to roll onto your fist and then back down again. So as you can kind of see, my hands aren't close to my knees. They're quite a fair way away. So I'm putting weight into my hands and then I'm trying to keep my elbows straight as I go up and down onto the knuckles. This might feel uncomfortable at first, but eventually this will be really easy. Then you're going to turn your fingers back, same angle like I'm showing you here. Fingers are facing your knees, and then I just want to see how far you can get your wrist to flex. So I'm looking at the angle of your wrist. So it doesn't matter if your palm lifts up, just sit back as far as you can. Next one, you're going to need a stick. So stick dislocates is this one. So first I want to see from the side. You're going to have your pelvis tucked. As you can see, my lower back is quite flat. My abs are engaged. Lift the stick up over your head and then touch it to your back. Hopefully, whilst doing this, your back shape doesn't change at all. So I want to see it from this side so that I can understand what's happening in your core and see if you can hold on tension whilst you move the shoulders and keeping everything tight. Then I want to see it from the front so I can see if you can go closer with your hands. So the idea is, without losing any tension, you should be able to bring your hands closer and closer until you get to your maximum stretch. I basically want to see your maximum stretch so I can see how mobile your shoulders are or how open they are. Next, you're going to do what's called a Cuban rotation. So from the front, you can see that my elbows are the same height as the shoulders. My elbows are basically at right angles. I'm going to lift the stick from my chest to the wall. So what you can't see from this angle is my back pushing into the wall, but I'll get to that in a sec. So this is the action. Comes down to the chest, elbows stay the same height, and then you bring it up to the wall, just like that. From the side, you'll see that I'm really trying not to arch. So this is wrong, this is right. I'm pushing the lower back in, I'm getting my head to touch the wall, elbows to the wall, and I want my wrists to get to the wall, not my knuckles. So keeping everything super locked like that, your spine should be super straight. You're going to just move the arms. So this looks simple, but when it's done correctly, can be very effective. So don't worry about rushing. Next, you're going to hit a passive hang. So grabbing on, you can kind of see in the video, it's not that clear, but I'm wrapping my thumb around the bar. I'm not looping it over. So the thumb grabs back onto the index finger, to the knuckle. From here, you're just basically hanging, and I want to see how long you can hang for. This is a max hold time. So record your time, use your phone to stopwatch, and then submit the time. Next is the German hang. So rings are the same height as your head. You grab on, walk through, keeping your hands turned out, and then I want to see you sink down as deep as you can. Here it's like I'm trying to sit my bum to my ankles. That's the idea. Then I want to see it from the side as well. So grab on, walk through, sit down as deep as you can, and I want to see the angle of your shoulders here. So take some big breaths, see if you can sink into it slowly. Don't rush this one. I want to see the depth you can get. Next is a back bridge. So you're setting up like a normal glute bridge. Your hands are going either side of your head, fingers pointing towards your heels. Press them down first, get the legs engaged first. Then you're going to press to your head. Once you're at your head, step your hands slightly wider, stabilize, and then push strong through the arms. And then you're trying to get your chest over your wrists. So if you push into your legs and almost straighten them like I'm trying to do here, it's going to push your chest over towards your face, which is what we're aiming to do. Then once you come down, head to the floor, back down and relax. Next is a middle split fold. So first, I want to see how wide you can go. You're taking your legs as far as you can. Once you get to the depth, you're going to fold down. So I want to see this video from the front and from the side. You fold your way down, and then all the way back up. As you stretch and as you warm up, you might find that your feet can go wider. Just gradually step them out. I want to see close to your max range from the front and the side. So we're looking from the side angle. It's more of a test of your hamstrings. So I want to see how far you can round forwards. So what you don't want to do is push your bum too far back so you've got an angle at the leg. You want to basically feel like you're about to fall on your head. So all the weight will be in the toes. You basically lean forward as you fall down, see how low you can get, and then as you come up, you've got to push your hips forward. So you'll feel a stretch as you push your hips forward. Do like 2 or 3 or 4 reps, it's up to you, it doesn't really matter, as long as you can show me your end range, and then I can see the movement. Next is a long lunge. So both legs can be slightly bent. As you can see with my back foot, I'm just wriggling it back to get more length. The front foot is just on the heel. I'm using my arms for balance and I'm trying to get as deep as I can, so as long as possible. The bend in the knee is fine, but I just don't want you to lean forward in your torso. So as you see on the other side, as I wriggle back, I'm also trying to keep my body upright. It feels like you're leaning back basically, trying to get your chest up, keep looking forward, and then keep the balance. Next is a pigeon pulse. So you can't see from here, but my foot is horizontal in front of me. Well, my shin, I should say. So I've pushed the back leg really far back, and then I'm pulsing the knee to the chest, and then to the floor. What I want to see from this angle is I'm watching your hips. So if you can make the video clear that I can see your hip movement, that would be great. Your knee will go to the chest, and then back to the floor. Now, we always, well not always, but it's very common to have imbalances on left or right sides. So this is kind of what I'm looking for here. So as you can see, my right side's a lot tighter than my left, and this is fine, but these are the little intricacies that I want to notice in your body. Then you're going to do the same movement, but I want to see it from the side as well. So from this angle, you can see that my shin is completely horizontal in front of me. There's no angle at the knee. And that I'm almost trying to push my right hip down towards the floor as well. So my left leg's working here. I'm trying to get my right hip to go down too. And then make sure you show me the other side for your pigeon. So I need to see the leg that's working is facing the camera, not on the other side. As you can see, I'm a lot tighter here. I need to lean across. The angle at my back leg isn't as great. So yeah, I'm tighter. This one's a forward fold. So chin tucks in, round the spine, lean into your toes, and then push down as hard as you can. I want you to hold for like 3 to 4 seconds, and then roll it back up. Do 2 to 3 reps of this. I'm basically just trying to see the flexibility in your hamstrings and your lower back. So at this bottom position, you're pushing as hard as you can down towards the floor, either getting your hands to the floor or just reaching them as hard as you can. Next is a deep squat hold. So you're going to sit down, film from the side and from the front. Here, got my hands at a prayer, I'm pushing my knees out, and I'm trying to sit myself up as tall as I can. As you can see, my bum is right down to my ankles. Now notice as well, my heels haven't lifted off the ground, so I want to see your heels stay flat if you can. If you can't get all the way down, this is completely fine as well. I just want you to show me what you can get. See, from the front, I'm pushing my knees out, my hands are at the heart center, and I'm sitting on my heels. So next is a split squat, but what I mostly want to focus on is the front foot. So I'm looking at the angle of your ankle. So you're going to sit into a split squat and then push all your weight forward as far as you can. Your heel is allowed to lift off the ground. I just want to see the angle between the front of your foot and your shin. So if your heel lifts too high off the floor, it's a bit ridiculous. So it's got to be just a little bit lifting off the floor, but it's mostly testing how far forward your knee can flex over your toes. And then this is the complete opposite. So you're going to sit onto your heels, sit back, and then I want to see what your body looks like when you lean back. So this would be level 1. If this feels easy, then you can walk to your elbows. If the elbows feel easy, then you can go all the way down to your back. So I'm trying to keep my knees on the floor. I'm like really trying to lengthen through the hip flexors to push them down, and I'm getting as much stretch through my ankle as I can. You should feel this through the front of the ankle, front of the foot. From the other angle, you don't need to film this, but this is just to show you. You don't sit on the outside or inside your heels. You want your heels in and sitting on top of them. This is going to guarantee you get a massive stretch through the foot. Next is a chin up. So I just pretty much want to see how many chin ups you can do, either just pulling normally like without your feet on the ground, or jumping up. So as you can see, I'm getting my chest right up to the rings, and then I'm going all the way back to relaxed. Chest to the rings, back to relaxed. Everything's really controlled. Nothing's too quick. I'm not rushing the movement. And I just want to see how many really good clean chin-ups you can do. If you can't do any chin-ups at all, what you're going to do is jump up. So I'll show you that next. So you'll jump up to the top, hold for a moment, hold, and then come down really smooth. This doesn't matter how many you can do. I just want to see the control that you have if you can't do any other normal pull-ups. From the side, you can see that I'm trying to get my chest to the rings, and I'm almost like leaning back. So as I go to pull, I lean back, look up, and then get the chest to the rings. When you're doing it, when you're jumping, it's exactly the same. You jump up, look up, lean back, hold, control it down really smooth. Next is a dip. You can do this either on the rings or on the bar. Rings is preferred. So feet off the floor, control down into the deepest position in your dip, then push up and try and get the elbows straight as you come to the top. So the longer the rings are, the harder it is. So if you're using a long strap, it's going to be pretty difficult, but still, that's going to be beneficial in the long run. See how many reps you can do. If you can't get any reps at all, you're going to just do the down phase. And I want to see how you go on the down phase. So you jump up, you slowly control down, no feet, and then you use your feet to stand up. Jump up again, no feet, then use your feet. I want to see this from the side as well. So as you can see the angle at my arm, I want to see your shoulders, if they can get below your elbows. Basically, this is testing the stretch and the range you've got in your shoulders and extension. If you're only not using the feet on the way up, that's the same. Next is a handstand hold. So you're going to walk your hands in, walk towards the wall. You're stopping about a hand's distance or maybe slightly more from the wall. I want to see how tight you can get. So this is not right. Don't lean on the wall, legs don't come off the wall. So the only thing touching should be your toes, and then you're really trying to open your shoulders. See how I'm like looking to the wall with my face, and I'm keeping my abs really tight and my legs really tight. If yours doesn't look like this, that's completely cool. Just show me your best attempt. Once you've finished, you walk the hands out and then slowly step down. Then I want to see you do some handstand attempts. So in the middle of a room, heaps of space around you. I want to see if you can kick up and then catch it, or you might fall as well. So this is just to show me where you're currently at with your handstands, or where you're currently, things that you might be struggling with. This will give me a good indication of what I need to give you. If you've never done handstands before, you can either skip this one or just have a crack anyway and show me. You're allowed to start however you want. You can start tucked up, jump up, or you can go from a higher tuck, or you can even start standing up if you like. Whatever you prefer is necessary in this one. And then last but not least, I want to see a photo or a video of you standing front on, side on. Be as relaxed as you can. From the back. And then obviously from the other side. And that's the end of the assessment.